The PEZ Outlaw is a hit on Netflix.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Pez collecting. You're hooked now.
It's the true story of how a man smuggled rare Pez dispensers into the US from Europe, made a lot of people angry, and made a lot of money doing it. It's a really fun movie, but it's not the only time Pez reared its peculiar head in films. In 1982, a little boy named Elliot tried to describe Pez to a little guy from space.
See, this is Pez Candy.
You don't need to be from another planet to wonder what on earth were they thinking. First you take Bunny here and pull her head off of her stem-like body. Next you take the 12 candy bricks, which look a lot like a spinal column, and insert them into her stem-like body. She's loaded. Now to eat one, all you gotta do is take Bunny's head and bend it way back until a little candy vertebra is pushed out of her throat. We explore the popularity of Pez and explain its dubious dispensing system on this edition of Where's the Fun From? Yes, Pez pervades pop culture.
No way.
Limited edition Chewbacca Pez dispenser.
What is that, a Pez dispenser?
Yeah. You want one?
Pez.
Pez. Cherry flavored Pez.
It's a John F. Kennedy Pez dispenser.
The Pez is on Dad.
You want Pez?
No.
Pez isn't just popular, it's unprecedented. It's the world's first interactive candy. Yes, the long bridge to spin pops, pop-ups, dip and sticks, push pops, and bubble tape was paved by all those Pez candy bricks. Austrian Edward Haas didn't intend for his mint to become a candy, much less a toy. In 1927, he was a food company executive in Vienna when he developed an inexpensive way to make compressed mints from peppermint oil and sugar. They were called Pez drops and round at first, but were later formed in their classic brick shape so that they could be wrapped more efficiently by machine. And the punchy little name? That came from taking the first, middle, and last letter from the German word for peppermint, Pfefferminz, to spell Pez. Because of its strong flavor, Pez was marketed to adults as an alternative to smoking. This sign reads, "Smoking prohibited, Pez is allowed." In 1949, to further appeal to smokers trying to quit, Haas hired designer Oskar Uxa to engineer the first Pez dispenser. It looked and functioned just like a cigarette lighter. It could be operated with one hand and with the flick of a thumb deliver a mint instead of a light. Now all Haas needed was a way to sell his idea. During the Roaring '20s, America enjoyed incredible prosperity, and despite prohibition, people wanted to enjoy their newfound wealth. Supper clubs and speakeasies boomed with offerings that included drinking, live music, socializing, and smoking. The cigarette girl, as they were known, became a common fixture at such clubs. This roving salesperson was usually attractive, charming, and sporting a pillbox hat. Around her neck was a suspended tray filled with selections of tobacco.
Cigars, cigarettes.
Cigars, cigarettes, Sensen.
From the 1920s until the mid-50s, these women were an integral, albeit exploitative, part of smoking culture, and a common sight in restaurants, bars, casinos, and even airports. Inspired, Pez introduced Ms. Pez, who donned a pillbox hat and pushed Pez instead of Pall Malls. Many a Miss Pez was featured in the company advertising throughout the 1950s. In 1952, Pez established its U.S. operations, although the mints and the dispensers were still imported from Austria. After 3 years of sluggish sales in the US, it was decided to reposition Pez as a candy. Fruit flavors were added, but it still didn't boost sales, probably because the dispensers still looked so much like cigarette lighters, something you can't unsee in this early TV ad.
Get Pez! The brand new sweet that's fun to offer and fun to eat. Fun to offer because the pack's brand new. Just flip the top, there's a Pez for you. A Pez that's fresh and clean and neat. Fun to offer and fun to eat. Pez!
They may have been fun to offer and fun to eat, but no one was buying it. So in 1955, Edward Haas's mint got a major makeover. The first character dispenser was Santa Claus. For 25 cents, he was the perfect stocking stuffer, and he was, quote, just like the famous Pez dispenser, but without the whole smoking vibe. Still a bit weird, though, to take candy out of Santa's mouth. The second full-body dispenser Pez made was called the Space Trooper and was much more significant than Santa because it was the company's first foray into the world of licensing. This dispenser was loosely based on Guy Madison's Air Force captain in the 1956 movie On the Threshold of Space.
Okay, Captain. Spread your wings.
The captain's helmet, chest pack, backpack, baggy pants, and oxygen mask are all there in the Pez dispenser. At the premiere of the film in New York, a model wearing a PEZ space helmet handed out PEZ candies. The first 500 boys and girls at the event got a free candy-filled PEZ Space Trooper, which was, quote, dressed in a costume similar to the one worn in the movie. That wording in the article tells me that PEZ probably didn't pay a royalty to 20th Century Fox, but surely found a winning formula. The right movie character can sell candy, something that would propel PEZ into the stratosphere just 2 years later. Both Santa and the Space Trooper required expensive custom tooling. PEZ was now a candy for kids, not a mint for adults, and so to keep the fun affordable, the company made the fateful decision to keep the stem of the lighter design and top them off with just a custom molded head. In 1957, the Halloween Witch became the first character head dispenser. The first licensed character dispenser was Popeye the Sailor in 1958, followed closely by Mickey Mouse. Once kids discovered that they could collect their favorite character to give them candy, the sales of PEZ dispensers really started to pop. So if this wasn't weird enough, it was topped by a long shot in 1956. That's when the PEZ Space Gun came out and the collective parenting community cringed as kids shot PEZ candies into their mouths. In the mid-60s, the PEZ Candy Shooter was released. And finally in the 80s, when the Star Wars sequels made sci-fi cool again, PEZ introduced an upgraded space gun. The 80s marked the beginning of PEZ Mania, with collectors sending the prices for discontinued or retired PEZ dispensers sky high. Feet were added to the dispensers in 1987 to help them stand on their own and cater to the growing number of collectors. PEZ is the Rolling Stone cover of the cartoon world. Make it atop one of these plastic pedestals and you're a character that's truly arrived. PEZomania, the first PEZ Collectors Convention, was held in Ohio in 1991. Regional, virtual, and international conventions all continue to fuel the fun for PEZ heads. The Big Apple was the U.S. home of PEZ until 1973, when it moved to a town in Connecticut named Orange. You can't make this stuff up. The PEZ Visitor Center opened there in 2010. There you can immerse yourself in all things PEZ, including company history, memorabilia, candy production, and more. In 2019, the PEZ girl reached pop ad icon status when she was immortalized as a Funko figurine. And in 2021, PEZ went viral on TikTok when videos circulated showing a purported PEZ hack, an easy way to load fully wrapped PEZ packages into dispensers. It was a sleight of hand video trick, but that didn't stop the video, copycat videos, and then debunking videos from getting hundreds of millions of views, garnering a brickload of exposure for the toy that gives you candy. Over 1 billion PEZ candy bricks are eaten annually in the US alone, and the fun extends into more than 90 countries around the world. All Edward Haas was trying to do way back in 1927 was make a mint. He ended up doing it twice. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. It may seem like a small gesture to hit that button, but your subscription helps us fulfill our mission to curate the history of the greatest playthings ever created. Until next time, remember life is short, seize the play.